Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Fans in Motion podcast, the only podcast you didn't know you needed. Look at all these people with something going on in the corner. I said all of you guys used to call me by my first name, but Josh, you don't even call me at all. Say hello, Josh.
Yo, yo, yo. Look at this. 5 of us all together.
The band's back together. We even got Max with us tonight.
Yeah, Lisa Headroom.
Josh. Yeah, we all been leaving Josh on his own, flying solo. How's everybody doing? Brentry, you good over there at Conta Razor's Cafe?
I'm doing good. Drinks are cold here. Food, not so great, but it's all right.
There you go.
Look at the Kiss Asylum shirt.
How about that?
One of the greatest Kiss records ever.
Robyn?
I've always loved the album art. Reminds me of Andy Warhol.
Robyn, how is Northern Ohio treating you?
Just good. I've been switching jobs, so that's been fun.
There you go.
So
Lisa, if you're there, it's a glitch for us. Let us know you're there.
I'm here.
Good. Done. Josh, we're here. What is this, Josh? Episode 115, I think, is what you sent me a message about. Is this true? 115 episodes of
115
mostly
episodes.
Night Ranger.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. And if we're lucky,
a little bit of Bruce Springsteen, mostly Night Ranger.
Lisa's face will freeze like it was doing earlier, and it looks just like a Wang Chung video.
What's great.
She kept doing this.
If you notice in the title, I said we talk 80s music and Night Ranger. Part 2 has more of the Night Ranger, but yeah, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
Hey, look, I'll say this. I listened to it. It is a fascinating listen. This guy's got some he's got a neat story. And yes, it might drift off a little bit, but he's a fan. He's a Night Ranger guy. So I liked it. I can't wait to hear the second part, Josh.
And it's always those stories that we get when we talk, to everyone. There's always that bit of luck or whatever you want to call it. And just crazy, hey, book this band for your small college thing. So they, book this band, and right when the show's going to happen, they basically start taking off, and that band is Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
And he becomes friends with the drummer and everything. So
what a freaking show, man.
Yeah, so part 2, we get more into like the 80s rock and Night Ranger, and talking about different records and where Night Ranger came into his life and everything.
Do you go deeper into historical landmarks between North Dakota and Montana? Because that was pretty riveting.
Yeah, well, we got you got to have a little bit of Montana and Idaho talk in your podcast. So,
but it was a good show, Josh. It's a good interview. You do okay with that, whether anybody tells you that or not. That's pretty good. Anyway, we're here to talk about what Night Ranger news and Minutia and whatnot. And
yeah, I'm glad you know the title of your podcast. I
get confused.
Andy's just really mailing it in now that he's got his own podcast.
Got this other thing going on right here. What?
Flicker floppers.
I got to rotate it back around.
So yeah, Andy just, and Andy could have been on that interview, but I was told I've got to record flick floppers. Yeah.
Flicker flops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm a busy man.
Yeah. So hey, listen. I know what got me here. It's Night Ranger and the listeners and everyone out there. Andy, I was like, Andy, you got to join us for them. And he's like, fuck them, man. Fuck them fans. Fuck them listeners.
I mean, he's paraphrasing.
I got flicker flops I got to go record. And he basically gave me a digital middle finger and took off. But you know what? Listeners out there, people watching, I still made an effort for you. You might think I'm talking to everybody else, but I'm actually talking to you. So there you go. That's
Josh, I don't use the word hero often.
But in this case,
in this case, it fits.
And I'm not going to use it tonight either. Let's get into the news.
Oh, the Night Ranger news. Like shit, I probably should have prepared. The the biggest reason why I think I chose to do this episode because this week is Jack's back.
Hashtag Jack is back.
Mhm.
Yes.
They had a show in Dodge City, Kansas.
Sounds
maybe?
right.
Yeah, that was a show that they were headlining, and then they had a show in Iowa, something like that. We should really know this shit.
If only there
but-
was a way to know this.
Yeah. Where they were opening up for Foreigner.
Sioux
That-
City.
Yeah, Sioux City, Iowa.
said
there-
that?
Yeah, the glitch monster down there. So the outdoor show was them opening for Foreigner.
Would have loved to see that.
Well, or the Foreigner tribute band. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, let's
There-
call it what it is.
And there's as many
Go
original.
see Jeff Pilson, whatever band he's in.
There is as many original Foreigner members on this podcast as there is in the extra lab.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
but whatever. It again goes to you. The only thing that matters anymore is the brand, the logo, the shield,
The T-shirt.
yeah. So anyways, talked to Ed a little bit, and Jack, everything went good. He sent me the video that I posted on the Night Ranger page with, everybody singing, I think, When You Close Your Eyes.
Yeah.
And it was just, that looks so fucking awesome.
It looked packed.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everybody came to see Night Ranger. I would probably say when Jeff Pilson and the boys came out, that everybody
It shrunk
left.
a little bit.
But it was cool seeing like young people in the crowd. But anyways, it was a cool shot. He sent me another one. I ended up picking that one. And yeah, so Jack's
Cool.
back. They're easing him into it. What is it, this weekend? I think they play in California, Winchester, California. And then maybe a week off, maybe not. I don't know. But a couple, next 3 or 4 weeks is just the weekend shows. And then starting right around middle of June, it starts picking up a little bit. And then the last weekend in June till probably about,
July. I'm looking at the dates right here.
well, it'd probably go to about the middle, about the 12th.
I would say definitely July 13th, 15th, because my birthday is the 12th. There's no way.
No,
I'm
I'm
not
just saying
going.
I'm just saying they're going to be on the road constant.
Yeah.
So there,
Yeah.
it's weekend shows till about probably, third week in June, and probably go to about the second week in August, because they're lining up shows in between all those Brett Michael dates. So, it's going to be pretty packed, and they'll ease Jack into it. So, yeah, hopefully no complications or anything like that. If not, I've been told to tell Lisa to start learning the lyrics and learn how to play bass. And
The lyrics I got, the bass, not so much.
they will be calling upon you.
It will call your name.
Yeah. I was going to say the same thing.
Thank you. I'll be here all night.
Yeah.
Before now, I'm going to give you an update on the DVD.
Yes.
This is just for the people that don't listen to the podcast and will leave a comment. Any update on the DVD?
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing. I checked, nothing new. So whatever I told you last time, it's where it's at. I know
You said summer?
I said late
Summer.
summer.
Okay.
So they've got, I think, the edit done. I think they've worked on like the liner notes and got that done. That's where it's at. So might be a little bit delayed just with the whole Jack thing. I don't know. But yeah, so there's your DVD update. Anybody take advantage of the $25 VIP or not VIP, $25 Live Nation sale?
No.
No, I did not.
I was told about it in time.
I did try to get I was looking at other tickets for other shows. I was trying to schedule out some Night Ranger shows. I just don't know what my schedule looks like right now. It's hard for me to commit to any show. Like even I think the one that's going to be up there in Turfway. I'm trying to make that work with my schedule.
So Night Ranger's got a show, like I said, May 19th, Winchester, California. Then June 2nd and 3rd. So I think they take the next weekend off after that, but June 2nd and 3rd, they're Minnesota and Iowa. June 9th, I will be in Marietta. So will the Gilf, Lisa, Robyn.
Maybe.
Brent,
No promises. Probably. Maybe.
Brent Tree.
I will not.
You suck. Andy.
That's one of the ones I'm trying to work out my schedule down here. I've got some work issues. I'm trying to trade schedules.
You talk to the schedule and say, listen, I moved to Nashville with you. Let me go.
It's not that. It's the stage building and stuff I've already committed to. And I'm like, shit.
And Lisa will be at Sunbury, Pennsylvania on June 10th. So if you see
back-to-back shows.
Go give her a big Fans in Motion hug. June 16th, Montrose, Colorado, kind of a one-off date there. But June 23rd and 24th, Mount Gilead, Ohio. It's not quite like officially a Parti Gras show, but it's going to be Bret Michaels, Jefferson Starship, and all the other yahoos there. Robyn, you going?
I mean, maybe.
It's right down the road.
The other guys.
You can
how milk this like an hour and a half.
Yeah, pretend like Jeff Pilson's there. Brent Tree.
No.
You suck again. Lisa Bobisa.
Oh, I won't make that one. I'll be in Georgia.
All right.
Girls weekend.
We'll frame the girls weekend to, you know, you might say, hey, girls weekend, Night Ranger. They'll go, and you'll go Mark McGrath, and they'll go,
Like I'm in.
You'll go Bret Michaels, and they'll go, and you'll go Jefferson Starship, and oh my God, they will be, you may start flicking the bean there. Shipshewana, Indiana. And you guys going to be rocking with me in the Amish country?
I wish.
Will not be.
No, if I'm going out of state, it's more towards my birthday dates.
All right. Well, Shipshewana, everybody's going to Shipshewana, BYOB.
What date is that?
June 24th.
No, I won't be able to make that one.
Yeah, bring your own BYOB, BYOC, BYOP, all the good stuff. You got to bring it yourself. Maybe not the BYOP. All right. So Milwaukee, Iowa, Decatur, Illinois, June 29th, 30th. God, it's just a horrible neck of the woods there. I would like to go July 1st to Transverse City for the Cherry Festival, all the way up on the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I've never.
That would be nice.
There,
that's a haul.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of trees.
Even if you're in Michigan, that's a haul.
Yeah. So hey, if you like Night Ranger and you like cherries, there you go.
Tempting.
Pleasanton, California, July 5th. I think it's like a hometown show. July 7th, Tysons, Virginia. Any of you going there? Gettysburg.
Not this time, but to visit Gettysburg one time, that sounds fun in itself.
I'm a big history guy.
I like history too. It's one of my best subjects.
I was there 7 years ago.
Beat me to
rim shot.
But I've been to Civil War battlefields, and it's all right. It's like you got to have a good imagination. They're like, hey, you see that field and that highway? Imagine that there's no highway there, and there's a bunch of,
I do know.
damn rebels, and they're just shooting each other over that ridge. And
I go to the Mansfield Reformatory. I sometimes go in, not go in. I really don't go in there, but look in the cells and just be like, it's just so crazy. the mental state of people, and they were all together in one spot just sounds dangerous.
Is that the Shawshank place?
That
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Yeah,
It's called the Ohio State Reformatory now.
they used to do concerts up in front of that thing.
They still do. It's
Do they?
called
Incarnation.
Incarceration. Yeah, I was about to say Ink in the Clink. That's what it used to be. But
I like
no,
that. It's a little
outside.
catchier.
And if I remember
I
correctly,
saw Slipknot there.
maybe 20 years ago, I think Night Ranger played like a barbecue like festival up there around Mansfield somewhere.
I don't know. Probably.
But July 13th, a Thursday,
I want them to do that again.
Clarkston, Michigan, basically Detroit, that kicks off the actual Parti Gras tour. And then July 14th, Friday, Night Ranger and Jefferson Starship in Florence, Kentucky. Florence, y'all. And it will.
Jefferson's playing with Brent.
No, at that night, July 14th, it's just Jefferson Starship and Night Ranger.
Yeah.
Florence, Kentucky is basically on the other side of the river, south of Cincinnati.
Okay.
And I will be at that show.
Damn it.
The whole Walter clan will be with me.
Fun.
You're bringing your mom?
No.
She was one of the original Fans of Motions on our pages.
Yeah, till I deleted her.
Well, someone's going to have to go add her back. Or you know what? I think it would be a good guest. Like, hey, bring your mom on, talk about, your dipshit kid and how much you like Night Ranger and going to chess
All she would say
whatever.
is, Rick, you little bastard. Andy, am I right?
That's exactly. I was going to say the same thing.
Now Josh really wants her on.
Yeah. She used to say, you little son of a bitch. I'm like, yes, I am.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a
she never
laptop nor internet connection.
She never saw the irony of calling me a son of a bitch.
No.
And then July 15th, 16th, Pennsylvania, basically Pittsburgh, and then New Jersey. July 19th is kind of a new show that's been added. Albany, New York.
I might go to that one.
It's a free show. I think it starts like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you want to get, pretty good blitz on, you better start drinking about 10 a.m.
It's a Wednesday, so I got to get off Wednesday and Thursday at work.
I'm actually off Wednesdays. That might be a thing.
There
Was
you
like
go.
5 hours. Buffalo's about 4 from me.
It's about 5.5 for me.
So
I would definitely need Thursday off.
Brent Tree, are you going to Corbin, Kentucky?
I do not know yet. Corbin, Kentucky is I'm looking at
it's the episode
July 27th.
All things cool.
Yeah, I do not know yet. I got a few irons in the fire for this summer. I got a lit weekend coming up, and that's going to be a blast.
And
weekend.
Oh, and Ugly Kid Joe this weekend.
There you go, Josh. You need something to do.
Yeah. I remember seeing a band called Another Animal. It was basically Godsmack with Whitfield Crane.
Yeah.
And they were opening for Alderbridge. This is 2007. And we got there. My buddy was a big Alderbridge fan, so we got there early. And like a dude that I thought maybe was homeless that was just walking like around nonsensical, like out back, turned out to be Whitfield Crane. It's just like, so he seems to be in a better place than where he was. But for a guy that, I'm not saying doesn't have talent, but like he does have talent because he was in that band, and wasn't he in like Life of Agony or something?
Life in Agony, yeah.
So yep. All right, St. Louis. I know Emily Medler is going to be there. August 12th, Durant, Oklahoma. August 24th, Worley, Idaho. Lisa, you going to be there?
You skipped Tinley Park.
Who gives a shit about all those places? September 1st and 2nd, Las Vegas. Who's going with me?
Man, I wish it was like at the beginning of August, because I would go to Vegas like in the beginning of August. So I'm like, I wish that lined up better.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'm thinking about
Is it
going
at
to
that same place they played last time? The Hilton?
No.
Was that at the Hilton last time?
Well, I don't know what it's called now, but it was at one time the Las Vegas
Yeah.
Hilton.
I
This
was
is at
there.
the Stratosphere. I think it's just called the Strat now.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is the very north end of Vegas. I haven't been to Vegas probably 10 years, but the north end has really been suffering because they tore down the Stardust, the New Frontier, I think the Riviera, and then
Really?
right around all that time, you had that crash in 2008. So they didn't build anything for years. I think they're just now getting ready to finish the Blue Fountain or whatever it's called,
which was built other ones.
Well, since then, but not on the north end.
Oh.
And I think the Sahara shut down, but someone else bought it and kind of rebranded it. It's still the Sahara. So, anyways, the north end's been hurting for a while, but the Strat's okay. I've always liked it. And if you like I said, you're all the way to the north end. So if you're wanting to walk the strip, again, you're gonna have to walk, bring some good walking shoes to
you're not gonna make it unless
maybe
it's after the sun goes down.
Maybe the Sphere will be open by then.
Yeah.
You all seen the Sphere that they're building?
Yeah. And they're talking about tearing down the Tropicana, which would be all the way on the south end, kind of like across from Luxor.
Iconic Vegas.
Well, they're going to tear down the Tropicana and build a baseball stadium.
I was just there like a year or two ago, and I swear I saw that Donnie and Marie were still there too.
It's the American way. We will destroy a historical landmark if we can put a fucking Walmart up.
Yeah, but Vegas, Vegas is the one place that who cares about the history? They will, tear it down.
Well, they have that sign museum you can go to.
Yes.
You could see the old signs, and there's your
that's cool.
It's really cool. I've been there.
The dunes, is gone, and the sands is gone. Those are the places that if they were going to keep anything, they should have. The landmark. You guys
took away my Star Trek thing down. That's all I know.
I remember I went there when they had the Star Trek thing. I ordered a James T. Kirk. And now at the time, $20 now, obviously a lot different than $20 back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
But it was a $20 drink, the James T. Kirk, and it came like in a fishbowl, like just big ass thing. And
well, they had the one with the dry ice, like that at Quark's Bar.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
That's where I was at, but I don't know. You drank one of those and you're having a good time.
My dad took me there when I was 8, and I was crying when I went through the thing. He didn't tell me anything about it, but we were doing the Klingon thing, and you went on the Enterprise D bridge, and I was just like, this is real. This is real. Like my 8-year-old brain was just like not processing.
But if you're at the Strat, you are actually closer to Old Downtown, which I do like to stay at.
Oh yeah, Fremont Street. You have to go see it once.
And also, if you're at the Strat, you basically go out the front door and just go to the north side of the building, cross the street, and off to the right will be the pawn shop of Pawn Stars. So it's basically right out. If you ever watch Pawn Stars and they're outside, like looking at cars, usually a lot of times you'll see the Strat because it's right there. But there you go, Vegas, the first and second, and then you can drive to Lincoln, California for that 80s festival with a whole bunch of peeps and Night Ranger headlining. Flock of Seagulls will be there. You can go see our buddy Kevin.
Where's Lincoln compared to LA?
Lincoln is going to be closer to like San Francisco. Okay. Maybe an hour and a half.
That's a bit of a drive.
Yeah, it's 9 hours from Lincoln to Vegas.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
And it's a drive from LA.
So
I've done that drive from Vegas or from Hollywood to Corona, California, and that was far.
September 8th, Jackson, Michigan. Who's going there?
Where's Jackson? Is that like on the other side?
Jackson's going to be a little bit west of Detroit, somewhere, maybe 40 minutes over the Ohio border or something like that.
Okay.
It's like north till you smell it, and then
Well, that's even closer than
left till you step in.
Clarkston, from what I remember, because that's up by Sterling Heights. Really, it's up northern.
So there you go.
That's right.
There's a whole bunch of Night Ranger dates. I know when I made that little concert sheet, it's kind of hard because there's so many fucking dates. I didn't, I didn't design that to have, a whole 1985 tour thing in there, but but hey, it's all good. And there's still more dates to be announced. Not a lot, but
there's 42 alone on that one you put out.
Does that one have Vegas on it?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Yeah.
All right, because the first one I put out, I forgot to put Vegas on there, and then I updated it. So you get what you pay for. Joel Hoekstra's got a new record coming out. What do you think of that, Andy?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So there's new video out for the song Torn Into Lies. Go check it out. I think the record is coming out June 16th. Crash of Life. So both of his records have been really good. I always talk about the first one, Dying to Live. So Joel Hoekstra 13.
He keeps busy.
Yeah. Well, he's got a little bit of time since, the whole Whitesnake thing's kind of shut down. So he plays a lot of, gigs with Brandon Gibbs, and, he's got this show. Or this CD coming out. So yeah. What other news we got? What am I missing, Yos?
I don't know. There's not much going on, is there?
Were there some kind of new shirts or no?
I think
that Midnight Madness.
Yeah, I showed those on one episode. Actually I wore it on the last episode. The jersey tee for the 40th anniversary of Midnight Madness, and then this one, I think, right? 2000.
Okay.
No, this is
that the one with the tour dates?
Yes. This one here, it's the same shirt, but this one's the 2022. They just put the new year on there and the new dates on the back. So there is that one.
I bought the new one with the tour dates, but I can't show it because you can't see me.
You could just lie and look at it. Well, yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it looks great on you.
Wow.
What was we doing that one time where I would say something and your screen would suddenly work?
Oh yeah. I don't remember what it was though.
Yeah, well, it happens.
There you go.
What else? Anybody got some Fitz news?
I wish.
No. He's still not in Night Ranger.
Yeah.
That has not changed.
What we got? We got any
Brent, you got anything on your
I could show you something new that's not totally new.
Yeah, that's what we want. Show it.
Makes all the sense.
Well, I got this. I gotta go here in a minute. I gotta go pick up my kid, so might as well do it. Let me get I gotta turn my background off, and I didn't think I was going to show this. I didn't think I was going to show this. That's what she said. Anyway, choose video filter. None. I had to go pick up a Kiss Alive 2 for Josh. And I was in the record store looking around, and I found I can't find this stupid damn thing. Video.
You want me to go?
There it
get
is.
mine?
No, I got it. No, because mine's on better. It won't turn off.
All right. Well,
Anyway,
Oh, that looks great.
Oh, dude, that is perfect.
let's see. I got an out of bounds sealed.
We can't see anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Looks good though. Looks solid.
Here we go. Here we go. There we go.
Nice.
Found that, and what I loved about it was this record store tag record theater. Can you see? Normally I take that stuff off, but that store's been closed for so long. And I used to walk down there in Norwood, Ohio, and pick up all my Kiss records in the cutout bins.
So what is significant about that is one, Wild and Innocent Youth. That's the only way to find that on record, unless you got the 12-inch single, and it's got the hype sticker there where it says Stuart Copeland and Adam Ant, The Cult, and Night Ranger. And there were songs recorded for that movie that were in the movie that weren't on the soundtrack. One being a song by Y&T that John Nyman, friend of the podcast, co-wrote. So, but it's not on the soundtrack, but it is in the movie. Brent Tree, do you have instead of me showing off some of the collectibles, do you have some Fans in Motion stuff?
I do not, because I literally got to go right now to pick up my kid.
Then get the
cheerleading in at 8 o'clock, and the cheerleader coaches are going to stay there until I get there. So
I do like cheerleaders. Get out of here.
See y'all. Sorry.
See
Good
ya,
seeing
bye.
me.
Bye.
Bye.
Later. All right. So then what we'll do is I don't know what the hell I've shown, what the hell I've not shown. Lisa.
Yeah.
I know it.
I was just texting Daryl. He's at work, and I'm like, I think we need a new computer. He said, yeah.
So
I tried to show this before, but I don't know if it's going to show.
Put it in front of you. There you go.
That's that commemorative from the Ryman ticket. Whoops, sorry.
Over towards your face a little bit. There you go.
It's hard because
That
everything's
looks cool.
reversed and on my image. Anyway, it's just like a hard plastic.
That's kind of cool.
I showed it, I
Mhm.
think, when Ed was on there, but when you ordered your tickets at the Mighty Ryman, which is behind me here, you could order a commemorative ticket, and I had no idea what it was. And I actually forgot about it. It showed up like 6 weeks later. I'm like, the hell's this? I'm like, oh shit, my ticket. And it's
that's
weird because
cool.
it's not really a ticket. It's just a piece of almost like a giant bookmark. But I mean, whatever. I have it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Here
That's all I got.
is a Man in Motion advertisement from Japan.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to take it out of the plastic, but I think it's advertising maybe dates November 14th, 15th, and November 19th. That would have been 1988. And then there's the back of it. You can see them. Look at them. Look at these guys.
That hair.
Look at
Yeah,
that says
good old
rockin'
days.
Man in Motion there is telling you to go buy it, I think.
The thing I
And-
also hate about Man in Motion is like half the pictures don't have or all of the pictures don't have fits on it, but like that one song, it's like the best song on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
God damn it.
Yeah, he was
It's the respect. It's
gone for all intents and purposes.
So I don't really collect like Japanese cassettes, but this one was a really good price, so I got it. So you got Big Life from Japan, if you notice there.
That's cool.
Night
Big
Ranger,
Life.
The Big Life, and the same there.
I think I have a cassette
Big Life.
that says that.
Yep.
I could pull them out. They're just
So
in the extra.
if you look on your vinyl, it does say Big Life on the cover, but if you look on the label of the actual
Mhm.
record, it does say The Big Life. So there is
Oh,
your
that's cool.
cassette there, and I don't know if I've even opened this yet. So just one page, but then you have this
That's cool.
kind of paper-ish insert. It has the lyrics on one side in English and in Japanese. And for good measure, a photo of 7 Wishes.
Because why not?
Yeah,
There's your fits, Robyn.
Yeah.
You gotta buy the Japanese Big. Oh no, wait, Big Life. He was still there. Never mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
You didn't have that cool hat.
Right.
And I never bought this, but this was this was a pretty good price. So I got the Japan tour. DVD. Actually, I don't know what the heck. This might be a bootleg. Actually, it is. Oh well. Because it says Japan tour August 17th. That's probably why it was a good price. 1989, but it's actually 1983. But anyways, hey, whatever. What do we got fans in motion wise? Hopefully someone can cover the slack for Brent Tree.
I don't have anything.
Let's take a gander here.
All right, gander is being taken. Ed called me up. First thing he said to me is like, I love that post where I don't book the shows, so don't bitch at me because they didn't banger me. Like, I'll post that. And everybody's like, why aren't they playing Texas? Why aren't you having, I'm like, who the fuck do these? Like, dude, if I create it, it'd be like my house, Columbus, Lancaster,
Dayton.
Yeah. But yeah, so
I did comment, how about St. Mary's, PA, but it was a joke.
Have any of you guys seen Air yet?
No, that's actually what I was about to
Yeah,
mention too. Emily was watching.
Saw that Emily posted that. Yeah.
It is, if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it for free on there now.
Nice. I'll
Okay.
probably watch it this week.
So I watched it the other night. Good movie. I mean, you don't have to know anything about the story of, it's more about the shoes, Nike, than it is Michael Jordan. But good story and a lot of 80s tracks, and right smack dab in the middle of it all, you hear a little bit of Sister Christian. So all is good. But it's a good movie. I mean, oh shit. God, it's like I'm watching Flick Floppers.
Easy.
So,
See.
I wish Stranger Things would have One Night Ranger song.
I know
in it,
you think it
because
would,
I
would've.
keep thinking that Steve Harrington is the perfect Jack Blades. Oh, come on, it makes sense.
Yeah, that would have worked.
I'm sure Night Ranger's wallets would really like to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should write to them. They still have one more
Yeah,
season out.
Yeah.
They need to wait on filming because of that
They
writer's
still
strike,
take handwritten letters. But it'd be cool if they did something that wasn't like Sister Christian.
Yeah.
Or Don't Tell Me You Love Me, or You Can Still Rock America. I could
it'd just be so random. Can you hear like Can't Find Me a Thrill and like he's driving a car or something?
I don't think they would do go that obscure,
That'd
but
be so cool.
Sentimental Street or Goodbye, 4 a.m. One of
Like
those,
something with him and Nancy, like whatever happens.
Oh yeah.
You want to wrap it up,
You're
Josh?
Oh,
I mean,
Josh has to go to bed.
Tired.
After 8. It's
Hey, Brent actually sometimes pulls something out of his rear. I liked his fans in motion salute to moms.
Oh yeah.
Your mothering, raising children right, your selfless gift of life, and feedings through the night.
That's funny.
That's funny.
I heard a snort.
Oh my gosh, Lisa.
I thought this was a good pick. They took.
I love that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That picture made me like think like they like Jack and Kelly probably just feel even more like brothers now. Like
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, it's kind of it's one of these things where you had Kelly, you had Jack, and now it's just like, all right, Brad, you're on the clock. But
don't even go there because of the whole Def Leppard thing. Like I actually have to worry about this.
Yeah, really.
I just remember, well, here's a little thing. It was last weekend was 2 years since I went to Houston for the first time, when I started doing Kelly's page. I wasn't doing Night Ranger's page. And so I'm doing Kelly's.
No, I remember that.
I was doing Kelly's page, and this was like the first show in forever. It was 2021 May, and they were playing Houston. And it's probably like one of their first shows since maybe February. I think they played SeaWorld or some shit. And I flew down, I met Ed for the first time. Like the only time I'd ever really met Ed was when he was on the podcast, and met Richie and Ryan. And it's like, come down about 7, we'll all go to dinner. I'm like, all right. So came down around 7. I see Ed. I turn the corner. There's Kelly Kagi. Hey Josh, how you doing? Gives me, yeah. And the next thing I know, there's Jack. And it's just like, all right, keep it cool. And we went over to this restaurant, and I think I'm sitting next to Kelly, and Jack's kind of across, angled across from me, and it's just like, what the, just what is that, and Brad wasn't at that show, and yeah, so just 2 years ago, that was,
I still love your whole the whole story with the one show where he had the trench coat on and he like came up to your car.
So that would have been back. That was on the
I love that story.
that was the Mojo tour. So I had saw them that summer, and this would have been in December. Then they were doing another tour, and I saw them at the Al Rosa Villa, like December 13th, something like that, in Columbus, Ohio. Snowstorm. So not only is it the middle of 90s and people aren't going out to see 80s rock, but it's a blizzard out. So not, there isn't a lot of people.
There's no GPS, it's just maps.
Well, they put me on the guest list in July. So now I'm there in December. I meet them again, and they're like, yeah, I think this is before websites and anything like that. So they're playing Akron the next night. Yeah, come up, we'll put you on the set list. So after the show, I drive home, and we always hung out at my buddy's house. Remember, we're just 18, so we didn't have any responsibilities and shit. And I went over there. I'm like, hey, you guys want to go see Night Ranger in Akron? And like, yeah. So it's maybe 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and we're just, I don't know how we did shit like this. We're like, okay, let's go now, right? What can we do before that? So we decided to go to Pittsburgh. So we drive to Pittsburgh. We get there early in the morning. We go walk by Three Rivers, and I think we went to maybe like the Science Museum there, because there's a picture of me doing like the weather, like I have like a fake weather, and I got my white feeding off the Mojo shirt. And we do that, and then we drive to Akron. And you got to remember, like I said, it's snowstorm, and we're in a 79 Mercury Zephyr in really good shape. And but you didn't want to put your knees up on the dash, because everything was red in the car, and that it would come off on your jeans. But so we find the club. No one's there. It's a small rock club. Just and I think maybe I'd seen like the tour manager, and I hey, told us we'll put you on the guest list. So anyways, that's it, right? We're sitting in the car because there's nothing else to go do, because it's the middle of a snowstorm and it's cold as fuck out. So we've been sitting in there just talking, and how your windows frost up, right? Or not frost up, but real
Fog
foggy.
up.
Yeah, and we're sitting there. I'm in the front passenger seat. Next thing I know, there's I can't remember if we see him walking out or not, but I don't think so. I think we heard a knock like on the window, and then you can see this like black trench coat. And I roll down the window, and it's Kelly Kagi. And he goes, here, these are for you guys. And there were 3 all access passes for us. And
Fun.
yeah, and it's snowing. He, hey man, thanks. And he goes back inside, and who was fucking that? That was Kelly Kagi. And I think like the lost part, when we didn't have GPS and all that shit, was we went to go get something to eat, and we could not find this fucking place. We went through all kinds of bad neighborhoods.
You're like, I've never have. Doesn't exist.
And of course, me and my buddy aren't going to ask for directions for dudes, right? But God, it was like an hour just driving, trying to like look at landmarks and shit like that. And then just next thing you know, we're driving. Oh, there it is. Like,
Yeah.
hell, we maybe passed it 5 or 6 times. But yeah, so we go see the show. And they're gonna go play Connecticut the next night. And we're thinking about following them, right? And just going. I mean, I don't give a shit. I work,
You already have the pass. Was it for like that day or the whole tour? Because it used
yeah,
to
it
be
was
for like the whole tour.
it'd be
in
for the
those
whole
days.
tour. And Kelly, like a father figure, like, if the roads are bad, don't do it. We got this big heavy bus. You guys got a 79 fucking Zephyr. But they were, bands that are struggling, they will add shows whenever they can, like on off days, just to get some money in to pay crew, stuff like that. So that would have been probably Saturday night. So Monday night, well, maybe Friday night. So maybe Sunday night, they were going to come back to the same place and play. So going to Connecticut, then coming back, they were going to stop that night and play again to the very same place. So again, we drove up there and saw them. And
Was there a good crowd?
yeah, I mean, 150 people, 200.
Hey.
But
I
again,
just want to say, I feel like I know too that bands make the most money specifically on tour, but through merch sales. So
well,
get some nice stuff.
I don't know how much they were making off merch. Like, I mean, they just had a hat and shirt and stuff like that. But
That was what Ghost said at gotten them.
well, I think the merch game is a lot different than
It was so lean back in that Mojo
Yeah,
era because I
30
saw them too. It was
well,
lean.
well,
Oh, I meant even just now and today. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, 30 years ago, touring and merch, you toured to sell the record. That was where
Yeah.
you're making your money.
exactly.
Yeah.
So now it's a totally different game. But yeah,
That's what I meant.
yeah. So here's another. I don't know if I ever told this. So my buddy, who was one of my buddies that was with me, he had an older brother, maybe he's 5 years older. So he was a teenager when Night Ranger was huge, right? So MTV and all that, where obviously we're younger. So he was telling me a story. His brother walked in his room and he saw that Night Ranger all access pass, right? He goes, "Where'd you get that?" My buddy Ed wasn't even thinking about it. He goes, "Oh, Kelly gave it to us." And he's like, "Kelly K?" And like he started freaking out to where he was just like, and he's a Night Ranger fan, but not like hardcore or anything. So yeah, his brother
You were
started,
surprised. He was so surprised.
yeah. So but yeah, that was my my first pass. I gotta find it. I don't know where the fuck I put it. I know it's here somewhere, but I'll wear my Mojo pass to the next Night Ranger, so see how far that gets me. But I always
still
thought,
have some of mine. They're fun. I just
I,
keep
I,
them all in a key ring.
I still tell people when I saw Night Ranger July of '96, so they'd only been back together for less than a month playing concerts.
I
When
was like 3 years old.
Again, it was at like a Marriott Hotel ballroom in Owensboro, Kentucky, but they came out to the beginning of Mojo. And I'm like, I had already seen Brad and Jeff there. So I'm like, I thought this was original members. And, you just hear that bass modulated bass slap. And so, yes, they came out to Mojo for 1996. There you go. That's a big, good old sidetrack. Let me tell you a little bit about Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, pick up where you left off.
But there you go. There's my style. I haven't told that one in a while. That's a good one. But yeah, but that always meant a lot, for Kelly to do that. And
yeah,
Kelly, I met him the next year or a couple years later on that Neverland tour, and Night Ranger wasn't getting like any press and Metal Edge for the record. You know, I mean, a paid advertisement, but no write up or anything really. So I sent in a picture of me and Kelly, and I basically, wrote something like saying, "Hey, Kelly's always been cool to me whenever we met. Here's us outside the Columbus, Ohio show. The new record is great. Go get it." My little plug for the record, and they ended up printing it.
Look at you.
Yeah. What's funny is, I don't know, probably a couple years ago at this point, but I sent Kelly a picture of that, and I look like some cancer victim or something. It's, I used to wonder why I wasn't
What
getting
year
laid.
again? What, like later 90s?
Why I wasn't getting laid, and it's painfully obvious now. But I got like this big ass Rusty Wallace hat on, and anyways, I sent that to him, and I can't remember what, a few weeks later, don't know what we were texting about, but like, to fuck with me, I can't remember what it was about, but he sent me that photo, like back. I can't remember what we were talking about, but I was like, "You motherfucker." But I heard another snort.
That was me keeping my thoughts to myself.
I did like Norio Oha. He basically went to the shrine. He's obviously from Japan. He went to this shrine where he prayed for Jack's recovery. And he, I guess like maybe they hang like cards up and stuff, but I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I saw that. That was neat.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I thought there was a photo of the maybe where they, so I think that's what that is, like where they hang them all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there you go. What else do we got? There were a lot of good photos posted by Lorray. If that's not how you pronounce it, change it and pronounce it that way. Samuels, she posted a lot of pictures from the shows over the weekend. What else do we got? Anything else from the Fans in Motion page? I'm surprised. I wonder if I already passed it.
Like Jeff's weird grunge look here.
Can't see.
That's not Jeff.
No?
It's Tommy.
My bad. But still.
That's Tommy Shaw and Jack Blaze.
I don't recommend the boots and the jean shorts combo.
You guys obviously don't remember Brad from the mid-90s. If you look, he's wearing these really jean cutoff shorts, and so
hey, Joe Elliott does it too, and I still say the same thing.
And Kelly kind of had like Indian beads or something like that. Ian Street posted some of his records. He had just got Man in Motion from Japan on vinyl. And I think he said he bought a Russ Ballard record as well, who Russ Ballard obviously wrote I Did It for Love.
What a much maligned I Did It for Love. A lot of people do not like that song.
Tiffany Wesley posted a couple photos and said, "It's this kind of day." And she posted her Fans in Motion shirt. So I don't know if that's the shirt she wears when she's going to get an ass kicking or
what give an ass kicking.
Or what kind of day it is. But
there was also that stuff with Amy and Sebastian Bach. So do you think they're gonna play more shows together too, like Sebastian Bach and Night Ranger?
Well, Night Ranger didn't play that show. That was
no, I'm just saying, since she's seen them, it'd be cool because they were gonna do that, right? Like, were they gonna play with Sebastian Bach more in general?
No,
that you know of?
Okay. Yeah, negative. Anyways, I don't know where it is. Andy Parker,
loser.
He is. Here's the set list for 35 Years and a Night from 7 years ago in his memories.
Yeah.
Andy Parker. Here is something. Mauricio Morales posted May 11th, 1991, Kerrang! Magazine. Legendary A.O. Arster's Night Ranger have reformed. Guitarist Brad Gillis and Jeff Watson and drummer Kelly Kagi are seeking a replacement for Jack Blades. Shit, I hit the wrong button right there. So, as we have talked in the interviews with Gary Moon and stuff like that, Jeff was there in the original picture. So,
interesting. Funny AOR.
Yeah.
album oriented rock. So what I was saying was I'm amazed sometimes that there's people out there who have no idea of the Facebook page but find us on other things, because I think, at least I do, it's always Facebook first, and then people maybe find other things, the podcast, or
that's how I found it.
or
YouTube,
Instagram, or the podcast, or Flick Floppers. So Julia Smith Riley, it's a good serial killer name, right? Because all good serial killers
all three names
have all three names.
Absolutely.
Thanks for the ad. You're welcome. I have been listening to the podcast and totally spaced on looking up this page. Here is one of my favorite pictures from the front row of the former Hard Rock, Northfield, Ohio. I think it was Christmas 2014 or 15. It's all blurred, Julia. Only time I was ever in the front row. So, Julia, welcome to Facebook.
Yeah.
I mean, you're an old timer when it comes to the old podcast, but
I was at that show.
I was at a lot. I stopped.
That's the one where Ripper Owens came out and sang with him.
I was not at that show, and I don't think that was 15 or 16. That would have been a little bit.
No.
I think, I don't fucking know. I mean, I know it was in the last 20 years.
It's been in the last decade for sure.
But yeah, we're almost coming up on the 2-year anniversary of this podcast starting. Have you?
I think it might have been about 9 years ago since I first saw them. That Marion Popcorn Fest. When was that? Yeah, it was. It was 2014. Yeah.
Because I was there,
Popcorn Festival.
Huh? Yeah. It was actually packed.
It was packed, and the security guards were giving me their passes. And then I watched Kelly and Jack walk away. I was like, no, like didn't even look.
What I always remember about that night is that Ohio State lost to Virginia Tech. And I listened to it on the radio on the way home. Anyways, so that's how, if you ever want to go back and find that date, that's how you do it. And you were probably 9 at the time? Robyn?
Yeah, I was.
Lisa was probably 12.
No, I was 19 when I first started Night Ranger, I guess.
So, Lisa, we have got to do something with it. Like, I'd be okay if it was Brent's computer doing that. Even Andy's.
Hey,
those guys got faces for radio. But
well, maybe next time we'll try. I'm gonna get a new computer. We'll see.
And what people don't know is she's actually was going to record topless tonight, and she is, and we get this. So there you go. But
as luck would have it.
Yeah, as luck will have it, Andy will be recording topless next week. So
yeah.
I pray to the digital gods that
I just ordered Wi-Fi boosters for my whole house, so my signal should be dead solid, Josh.
Yay. Yeah, so is that it? Are we done?
Keep us posted.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully we'll start seeing some of y'all out there. I still got some Fans of Motion t-shirts. Hit me up if you want one. $25. It's fucking, kids love it, the wife will love it, the husband will love it. Grandma will love it, Brent's mom will love it. So there you go. If you get a chance, and after you listen to this podcast and all the past podcasts that you missed, go check out Flip Flops or Flick
Flick
Flops.
flops.
Flick Flops.
Shameless plug.
Andy's new
Adventure.
I
had to watch 80 for Brady.
Oh my gosh, Daryl was watching that the other night, and I was like, "What in the hell are you watching?"
I've never heard of this.
Listen.
Oh, Robyn, do not worry. You are not missing anything.
I think Daryl liked it. He was laughing a lot during it.
I need to talk to him privately.
Lily,
I need to know why.
Lily Tomlin. It's hard to like jerk off to her, like even in that movie. But you could go back to like, what was it, Man with Two Brains 40 years ago, and it's still hard back then, But I accomplish. Yeah. So Lily Tomlin definitely up there. So
it's the tough part of the job is watching some of these films. Like we set ourselves up for this to sit through shitty movies, and sometimes I'm like, God, who makes these things?
So how do you know?
Have you watched AVGN? Do you know who that is?
No.
On YouTube? Angry Video Game Nerd.
Okay,
watch his YouTube because especially his older stuff, it would take you back to the frustration of trying to play these old NES games and stuff that were literally impossible without Nintendo power kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just goes above and beyond being a little bit dramatic and funny about it, but he definitely actually has videos about kind of spacing your mental space out for it.
Yeah, it's tough.
What does that have to do with Lily Tomlin?
Nothing. Just keep thinking about it, Josh. She'll get you there. Okay, watch 80 for Brady. Let me know what you think, Josh. And then we're gonna watch your Josh's Billy the Kid movie.
Hey, gonna be a lot of jacking going on. What we
I
got?
told Gary, he said, listen, if we gotta watch that movie, Josh has to watch that movie.
I ain't watching shit. I even suggested a movie to you. You're like, you come on, and I'm like, that would involve me watching all of it.
That's what he said. He goes, if we're watching Billy the Kid, then he's watching Billy the Kid.
I ain't watching shit.
I had to watch the whole Saw franchise in 1 week for one other podcast in the past, and I was
that's good.
Have never again.
You guys, I'll tell you a movie that fucking sucks. You need to watch is go dig out.
Let me flip around here to get the right.
Ooh, what?
If we're gonna do it, let's fucking do it. I can change my backdrop and everything.
Is go track down. It's Andy Parker and Ethel's wedding video.
It's not that good.
Oh, dude, it's like
the quality's not good.
Dude, it's like it's got
I can tell you how it ends.
It's got a 2% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you never know. With my job, I sometimes see people who are married and they get divorced, but end of life, they get back together.
That will never happen for me.
That ain't happening for me.
That's what they all say. Ain't happening to me.
I'm right where I need to be.
But then suddenly you need someone to wipe your ass. Ethel!
I don't think that'll happen.
So, all right. How's the grandkid there, Max Headroom?
No, she's good. He just sent me a video a little while ago. He had to take her for a ride because she was fussing and she fell asleep within a minute. Oh my God, that sounds familiar.
If you just take a little bit of Jimmy Beam, rub it on their gums. Two things. One, it will, because eventually she's going to start teething, obviously, before you know it. That will help that. And don't Jack Daniels is just a little too sweet, so don't do Jack, do Jim, and it will just relax them, and they'll usually conk right out. So
I know our parents would do that for us when we were teething. They put whiskey on our gums. What's wrong with us?
Don't be a cheap ass. Don't be out there buying the good shit that comes in a plastic bottle with a built-in handle. Get them some Mad Dog 2020. All right. There you go. Hey, if you're going to go see Night Ranger, let us know. Are you going to be at any of the shows that we are at? If not, it doesn't matter. The only good ones are the ones we are at. if you're one of those people that I don't think about that are only listening to us and do not follow us on Facebook, go to Facebook, type in Night Ranger Fans in Motion, click join. If you are a respectable, upstanding citizen, I will accept you. Even if you aren't, I probably will accept you as well.
Not real discerning.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people joining, all the time that send requests to join.
Consistent, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them are. I mean, I'm pretty good at spotting the fake profile. What you want to do is you'll see someone. The name will be normal, the picture will be normal, but if you look, there's little circles beside it. Those are previous profile pics, and go look at those, and you'll see like it's someone in India, right? And then they've just changed their profile to be, Alicia Johnson from Iowa. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think this is Alicia Johnson. Decline.
Well, Josh, speak about my Jack Blades. He wants me to be his friend.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Listen.
He had a blue check mark verified, so.
Yeah. Listen, guys. I know you're all too smart for this, so I'm not really talking to any of y'all, preaching to the choir, right? But if Jack Blades, Brad Gillis, any of those yahoos send you a message on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, it's not them.
Oh, darn
Look
it.
for the blue check mark.
Listen.
I mean, it got to be Jack, right?
If Jack and Kelly wanted to actually message you, let's say they really wanted to, I don't think they know how. Okay. So even if they did want to, they can't. All right. So don't fall for that shit. And what's unfortunate is I know people do. Talking to people outside of night, it's not in the Night Ranger camp, but other little camps that help out. That there are people who fall for it. One of the 80 rock stars messaged this woman. I think she was in Europe. Really thought it was this guy and sent him $12,000. Yep.
Easy way to make a living.
So people fall for it. Yeah, don't do that. Now, I really think it was Jack trying to be your friend.
That's why I sent it to you. Josh,
Well,
tell me. You get the inside poop on them.
He didn't want to until he watched, I think, a couple episodes of Flopper Flicks.
Flick flops. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I agree with this guy. He's got a great take on film.
Yeah. So there.
There was this.
Yeah. So holy shit. What the fuck happened? Did someone turn off the microwave or something?
Oh, I'm back.
Just in time to say goodbye.
Yeah. Did you got your circle light?
No, it didn't come. So I brought my makeup light in and another light.
All right.
There she goes.
It's going again.
It's like the pods in Spinal Tap. Like she got her hand out just in time.
As we're going back in.
And we're going back into the pod. Like, see ya.
Yeah. I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. Spinal Tap, then Puppet Show.
Yes.
But find us on Spotify and all those places, wherever you listen, iHeartRadio. I think we're still there. And definitely hit us up on the Instagram and Twitter. We lag there in numbers, but
I don't really go on Twitter.
Same.
Twitter is mainly where I get my news and get my blood boiling. Instagram's a good place to go. You can sometimes get some different stuff that you won't see on the hey,
there she is.
Hey, she's back.
Watch what you say. Don't
now I have too much light.
Yeah.
You're washing out there.
Yeah.
When you get that ring light, you can pick out different tones and
there.
There you go.
Right. So there you go. If you waited to the end.
Quick, Josh, sign off before we lose her.
This is your reward. You know what? Maybe it was just because you put that shirt back on.
Oh, I do have it back on, yeah.
Yeah. Tune in next week for Andy. Now, do we have to put the pasties on your nips?
Me?
Yeah, I mean,
I wear them. I wear them all the time. So
well, that's good. So, 'cause I think
Same.
we.
Same.
Yeah,
I mean, there's. I don't know what you're asking.
I fucking let my nips fucking free, man. I don't.
I'm
care.
not Jennifer Aniston, man. I gotta
Um,
hide that stuff.
Um, so yeah. So listen, if you stayed this long, you got to see Lisa. You got to hear about nips, all of the good stuff. So
I would say if you
anyways,
stayed this long, why? Why are you still here?
you know what? That is pretty much a tradition on all of our episodes.
What?
Why are you still here?
Don't you have a DVR with something on it or Apple TV?
I'm
New
glad,
episode of Ted
listen,
Lasso came out.
Listen, unlike this other motherfucker who can't find the time for you to record a Night Ranger podcast that made him who he is.
I got things happening.
All right. I show up. I show up for you. So I'm glad you're here. He may
I
not
have more
care.
things happening after this one. There's
He
more
may
coming.
not. He may not care.
I'm building an empire just like Queensryche. An empire.
But I'm glad you're here. You warm my heart. And if there's anything we
All
can
right, listen,
do for
Dr.
you,
Laura, let's take it out of
if
here.
there's anything if there's anything we can do for you, contact Brent. All right, Lisa,
Yeah.
why don't you take us out?
While we have your picture.
I don't remember how you say it, what you
Oh,
say.
no, we don't either.
We don't either. It's all made up.
Oh, okay. Well, we're signing off. So catch us next time.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Remember, if you see Eric, wait, Eric is this, and if you see Ed, it's this. Right? And I know some people have done it because I've been told, and they love it. So
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Lisa, you did a great job signing off.
All right.
Later.
Later.
If you think you can walk on